You're good to go.
Perfect. Thank you, Jade. Good morning, everyone. This is the Mayor Manager's meeting for Tuesday, October 26th. Mayor Linda Olson is not in attendance today. She has a conflict with her day-to-day job. In attendance today is City Manager Shawn Lewis, City Attorney Tamara Niles, Assistant City Manager Tim Dodd, City Clerk Stephanie Carlisle, and I always forget your title, Jade. Is it Assistant City Clerk? Jade Truscott. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. Yes, Deputy City Clerk.
Deputy City Clerk, sorry.
So we'll start with the November 1st meeting. We have Code Next update. It'll be pretty general. There's no decision point or direction really needed on that one. And then we have the 2022 fee and rate schedule, which is actually supposed to be last night. Linda remembered there was one item that would have been on last night's, but we wanted a little more analysis on that, so pushed it off. And then we have a resolution to approve MOU settlement of opioid litigation, and that's Tamara's item. And let's see, do we have timeframes on everything? Yes, we do. So then we have the new contract with the chamber to do some economic development services by resolution. Introduction of Assistant City Attorney Caitlin Parker. Consideration of change order for EVE RTD elevator modernization. That's for a lot of work on that facility. And then All Health Network contract renewal 2022. Contract with AEC West for our plan review and inspections. And strategic plan updates and revisions Q3. And someone tell me when we're on the next meeting. Award of contract for custodial services. Removal of an Inglewood Housing Authority alternate member. And Jade or Stephanie, do y'all know what that's for? Someone moved?
Sorry, I meant to look into that after we talked about it last time.
Okay.
I believe that there was a resignation, or no, let's see, removal. So sorry, I'll look at it while you guys are going, and I'll come back to you.
I just read the item. It said for lack of attendance, but then I but we didn't name the member removed in the item. So I put a comment on it that, do we need to name the member and do we need to name a new alternate member?
Yeah. Okay, so we'll need to probably circle back around with you on that, Tamara.
Okay.
Great. And then award of contract for custodial services at city facilities. And then stormwater utility rate increase, sewer rate increase, another sewer rate increase, park rules, regulations regarding off-leash dogs. And that's it. Any questions on those, Nathaniel?
Nope, I just wanted to I know that we pushed off all the first readings. No first readings for this session. So everything's a solution. Okay, perfect.
All right, then moving on for the November 15th, or no, yeah, because November 8th will be orientation, right? And then, sorry, I'm a little lost. Here we go. Acceptance of land dedication. So moving on to the 15th, acceptance of land dedication from CDOT. This is introduction of Assistant City Attorney Victoria McDermott. Am I saying that right? McDermott?
Yes.
Great.
Mm-hmm. And
then,
she goes by Vicky. But.
Okay. And then MOU between the city and EDDA. Ordinance amending municipal code regarding authorized public consumption areas. Sale of fire training center.
And while we have Mayor Pro Tem here on the public consumption areas, we will need to discuss whether we are going to include Duck Pond area for now, and also if we want to limit consumption to cocktails purchased from a licensee in the area, licensed for takeout. So those are the two issues I think that will need discussed. But because we do have a new council, I'm also planning to present the same PowerPoint I presented back in September so that they have the necessary background.
And Tamara, will you provide, there was a council request as well that just came out a couple weeks back. Would that be part of that presentation as well?
Yes, I attached it to the item, so it will be on the agenda.
Perfect.
Okay. So Jade, are we still on the 15th?
No, we moved on. So after that, it would be November 22nd.
Great. So I'm having to take this meeting on my phone, and it's very difficult to go to see which dates we are. I'm having to scroll back and forth. So we are on the 22nd now, and we have council liaison assignments to board and commissions. Then city council policy manual, discussion, walk and wheel plan update, monthly finance. Oh, go ahead.
Shawn, on that discussion item, I saw I'm the staff responsible. What do I need a PowerPoint? Are we just going through the manual page by page? What does that look like?
I don't know. I don't know how that got put on the agenda. Does anybody have any insight?
Well, I just, when we were going through our checklist, this is something that when there's a new council that the city attorney typically just goes over the council policy manual so everybody's aware and up to date. But I mean, it doesn't have to happen that way if it doesn't need to.
The new attendees get that covered as part of their November 8th meeting, correct, Stephanie? Or
I don't know how in depth they go into it on that. I mean, it's part of their resource guide that the city manager's office gives out that comes from the city attorney's office. But again, if it doesn't need to be on there, you know, I did a placeholder just as we were building what needs to happen with new council members. But if it doesn't need to happen, we can pull that off.
can we leave that on as of now, just as for that placeholder? I kind of want to touch base with Linda on this one and the rest of council potentially. I can see the benefit of having that overview on the 22nd.
Alternatively, I could, with any new council members, when I meet one-on-one with them, we could also go over it in more detail.
Right.
Either way is fine with me.
Okay.
All right. We'll leave that on for now. And then we have outside, let's see, we are on Flex. Which one are we on, Jade?
So we so the walking wheel plan and then the October monthly financial report finishes out the 22nd. The COPs start the 6th.
Okay. So on the 6th, we have the EVE COP redemption and dissolution process, strategic plan revamp and community engagement process. This is actually a new one, Othaniel, where we're going to talk about some necessary changes to the strategic plan and a potential modification really to the structure of it. Tim will be leading that.
Makes sense. It's the end of the year, so.
Yes, and we realized that a lot of our work doesn't fit into it. For instance, we have very little that Parks and Recreation does that is even noted at all in the strategic plan. And putting things like the upcoming bond and some of the park projects in the plan, we think is important. So.
Okay.
And then we have a resolution for resolution for Bee City USA student art contest, top 13 recognition. And that's going to be kind of a come and go reception this year, as opposed to a packed house. Let's see. We are on the supplemental for ARPA to finally finalize that. And that's actually the public hearing for that. And then motion to approve a transit shuttle service operations contract with MB Transportation. EMRF board action authorizing a listing agreement. This is to get a broker to help market our leases out of EMRF.
And that's the end of the 6th.
Great. Any questions on those? We are in January. So,
One thing we'll need in December that's not on here yet is the judge's salary for 2022.
So I've reached out to Shawn about that as well. He said he was waiting for further information before getting it in there. I have talked with him, and he, our understanding is it does need to be done before the first pay period in January. However, I believe that he requested a different meeting date to do his resolution, and then your guys's would be a separate one as well. So I'm working with Shawn to figure out what date would work best.
Okay, great.
So Shawn, just so we're in agreement here, we're expecting to have December 20th off and the 27th, obviously.
Yes, that was our expectation. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's good with me. And then I just want to make sure, because then it looks like the 13th would be a study session if we need it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, and we are required by charter to have 2 meetings per month, so we'll need to designate the 13th as a regular meeting. But.
Okay. Thanks for that clarification.
All right. So for January 3rd, we have the November financial report, board and commission interviews. Sorry, that's already on the 10th. Board and commission interviews will be on the 10th. What's that, Jade?
Sorry, I meant to grab you and then it went on. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. It's my bad. And then estimated assessment penalty, fee. What is licensing? Oh, right. This is the new code you've been working on, right, Tamara?
No, I don't. I haven't been involved in that. I've been
Okay.
working on the use tax as it applies to city projects.
That's right. All right. So, Nathaniel, anything else we need to cover?
No, nothing that comes to mind. I think this is good.
I did want to clarify, if we're doing the meeting on the 6th and the meeting on the 13th, is the 13th the day that you would prefer to have the holiday dinner?
Oh, that's right. We have not planned that yet.
Yeah, that would be the ideal date.
Okay, I'll go ahead and put a placeholder in iCompass for that.
Okay.
All right. And then council request. Did anybody get any last night?
Nope.
I don't believe I did.
I didn't either.
All right.
Well, nothing else for me. Anything else, Shawn, Tamara, Stephanie? Jade?
Nothing for me.
We conclude early. It is 8:44. We are now concluding the mayor manager's meeting for Tuesday, the 26th. Everyone have a great day.
You
Thank
too.
you. You too.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.